Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Hey guys, what's going on? It is T-Carp. Alright, I apologize about the sporadic posting of videos lately. It's been really crazy and hectic at work. If some of you guys didn't know, I work at a optical and I sell glasses and I manage an optical. Well, with that management runs managing doctors, corporations, things like that. And it's one of those things to where we've got a new in-person doctor and we are just trying to manage patient flow, new things. So clinic has been rough, and I've been working about 50 hours a week I worked it not last week, but the week before, and then I worked like 40 hours last week, and I'm working 50 hours this week. So it's a little rough, to say the least. Now, with that being said, I promise I'm going to get more stuff out to you guys. So, I really appreciate the patience. What unfortunately has happened has been like the quality of the videos that I've been able to produce myself has just been going down. And I apologize, because it's like, you can only do so much. You can film and then try to edit and all that. So I really do apologize. What I think I'm going to try to do with the next reading is just do it live with you guys like I'm doing now. And I think, I may have to do it from a car from this, but I have to get good internet service and all that. But I'd like to know what you guys think about that. But that's not necessarily the topic of discussion I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about is, I got a chance to watch a few things, on lunch and whatnot, and kind of doing that. And I was watching this doctor on the Paul Ryan show, he was talking about the Sean Ryan show. The Sean Ryan show, and he was talking about spiritualism and talking about. And he's a Catholic priest, and he's talking about all this, and he's talking about demons like Moloch and Baal, and he gets so close. He's like, these are spiritual entities that are immortal and blah, blah, blah. And, Sean Ryan's really pushing him. Where do they come from? And he doesn't answer the question. I'm like, you're so close. And it's like, they are disembodied spirits of the Nephilim. And how that brings in, or how that connects with the Sasquatch Genome Project, with the Sasquatch Awareness Channel, is that the Sasquatch Genome Project, in my opinion, scientifically proved that Bigfoot were Nephilim descendants. Now, if you don't know what a Nephilim is, or if you've never heard that term and you grew up in church, Nephilim are a mixture or hybridization of a human species and an angelic species. Now, this is stylized in every culture. A good culture that you've probably heard of that is stylized this would be the Greeks and Romans. They stylized this in their Odyssey, written by Homer, supposedly. This was stylized by them. So you have the gods coming down, and they always mate with women, and there's half-breeds and whatnot. That's a stylization of what happened and what God talks about in Genesis 6. Now, churches today have absolutely destroyed that. They have gone away from the Nephilim thing and the angelic thing. They try to say, there are some churches that try to say that that's just the good sons of Seth mating with the bad daughters of Cain. That is horse crap. Okay? That is not true. There's no biblical evidence for that at all. And if you have a church that believes that, your pastor's been taught that in seminary, he's wrong. He's wrong. 100% he's wrong. So, what happened is angels came down, mated with women, and their offspring were that hybridization, and were, as the Bible says, the mighty men of old. Let's actually read it. We're gonna get the old Bible out and read it. So let's read Genesis 6 and we'll talk about it, okay? So Genesis 6, a world gone wrong. So then the people began to multiply on the earth, and daughters were born to them. The sons of God saw the beautiful women. So the sons of God were Ben Elohim, okay? That's, I believe that's Strong Concordance 1121 and 0430. You can also look in Job 1:6, and it talks about this. And it's that's what it was. Sorry about that. But the sons of God, the B'nai Elohim, saw the beautiful women and took them all they wanted as their wives. Then the Lord said, "My spirit will not live upon humans for such a long time, for they are only mortal flesh. In the future, their normal lifespan will be no more than 120 years. In those days, and for some time after, giant Nephilites lived among the earth. For whenever the sons of God, the B'nai Elohim, had intercourse with women, they gave birth to children who became heroes and famous warriors of ancient times." Okay? They were giants. That's what they were, giants. The Nephilites, or Nephilim, were that. So, if you look at 6:4, it talks about that. And the Lord, and listen to this. The Lord observed the extent of human wickedness on the earth, and he saw that everything they thought or imagined was consistently or totally evil. So the Lord was sorry he ever made them. Dang, that's messed up. And the Lord said, "I will wipe the human race which I have created from the face of the earth. Yes, I will destroy every living thing, all the people, the large animals, the small animals that scurry along the ground, and even the birds in the sky. I'm sorry I ever made them." But Noah found favor with the Lord. Now, that is in the NLT, and a lot of people kind of get all worked up about it. So serious study, you want to do King James study, you want to do multiple text studies. And when you read that in the book of Enoch, it really goes down deep, and you find out that Noah was perfect in his generations. That Noah was perfectly human, that all flesh had become corrupted, is what it really boils down to. And then, he wants to just wipe it off the map. And that's pretty messed up. Think about that. It's like, it was, all flesh had become corrupted, and it grieved God, and he wished he hadn't have done it. Dang, that's, just soak in that for a second. But when you read that, when you get down deep, you understand that these Nephilim, they're disembodied spirits that demons are actually disembodied spirits of the Nephilim, is what the book of Enoch tells us. Now, the book of Enoch is extra biblical text. The way Rob Skiba put it is biblically endorsed extra biblical text, is how Rob Skiba says it. And I love the way he says that. R.I.P. And so you have these demons that are disembodied spirits of the Nephilim, because the Nephilim they're not a God-created soul. They can't go to heaven or hell right now. They can just be. And that's, you have that. And they're always wanting to embody something. They're always wanting to get into something. And if you don't believe that, again, in Matthew, it talks about, how God sends these demons into the pigs. And it's like, wait a second here. This is kind of weird. Like this whole thing's weird. And basically the story goes is there's a man possessed by demons, so much so that they were called Legion. You've heard about this. And, Jesus walks up to him, ask him what's going on, because the man's just going crazy. And they go and ask Jesus, like, "Are you here to torment us before our time?" Which tells you they know their time. But they ask Jesus if these They know who he is. They ask him if he's there to torment them before their time. And then they ask to be sent out into the pigs. And the weird part is Jesus grants this request. He allows them to go be sent into the pigs. And then the pigs run off and kill themselves, run off a cliff and kill themselves. But this story tells you that demons exist. They know who Jesus is. They can embody things that they want to embody things, but they also follow the orders of Jesus. Jesus is the one in control. The one in control. So if you think that these spiritual entities don't exist, you're wrong, and you're just wrong. And I believe that it's coming up, and it's talking about it, and people are talking about it. The world is talking about it today. That this whole spirituality thing, I mean, it's a big deal. And whatever this veil is that's between the spiritual realm and the physical realm, it's being torn. And whatever you think, if you think that it's just hocus pocus, it's too woo-woo, sorry guys, you're just wrong. The DNA study that Dad participated in and that Melba Ketchum did and David Pilates, it proves that Bigfoot, Sasquatch, whatever, they are human hybrids, just like it talks about that. The mitochondrial DNA is human. The nuclear DNA, which is very hard to get, is unknown. Okay? That's what this study showed. Now, what do you do with that? Science doesn't know what to do with that, because they haven't had their little evolutionary theory doesn't fit that, and they'll deny it. And they've tried to discredit Dr. Ketchum. They'll discredit David Pilates. They'll try to discredit Dad. They'll come for me. I know that. But here's the thing: is you have truth. We have truth on our side. And I don't think we'll ever win public opinion. But I'm going to tell you the truth. So, guys, I'll be at SpiracyCon, which is August 22nd and 23rd. That's in Cave City, Kentucky. Tickets are $100. I'll post the link down below. I do get some cheese from that, so I would love some gas money. I would sure appreciate it. I would love to see you. Miranda's going to be there. My sister's going to be there. So would love to see you guys, take pictures. Just would absolutely love to talk with you, to sit down and just hang out. I'll be there for 2 days. I'm going to be presenting on the main stage, I think around 5 or 6 o'clock. But before then, man, I'm going to spend some time. I'm also going to spend some time at Cave City, do a lot of fun things. But what we're going to be talking about is what Bigfoot are, how the DNA study went, some really hardcore scientific evidence, and then it's like, hey, let's not mess with these things. So, but again, I love you guys. Thank you for all the emails. I'll answer them as quick as I can. You can also email, or not only email me at tcarp1616, which is TCARP 1616 at yahoo.com. You can also DM me on Facebook, DM me on Instagram, follow me. Those are the best places to get a hold of me. Again, I'll do my best to reach out when I can. Just know, hey, I'm working 40, 50 hours. I've got a family too. They always will come first. But I sure appreciate you guys. So, all right, love you guys. Y'all be good. This is T-Carp signing out.